Hi guys, it's me Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome to Vlogtober day 18. Okay, so for my mini project that I did today, following Laura over at Happy Berry Crochet here on YouTube, I did a little acorn. Let's see, there you go. You can see the little curve in the stem. This was really fun and really quick to make. It did turn out pretty good size because I used worsted weight yarn. I used Big Twist in the colorway chocolate, just a little tiny ball that I had, and then the top is Red Heart Super Saver in buff. Okay. So anyway, if you were needing to make something like a fall wreath, or if you're going to do like a cornucopia or something, which I thought about doing that, and have the little pumpkins like I made before, or like that wreath back there, little acorns would be cute with some leaves also attached to them. In fact, tomorrow's project, I'll give you a clue, not a clue, but I'll give you not a sneak peek, but I'll let you know what it's going to be. It's going to be some oak leaves or an oak leaf pattern that will go along with the acorn. So anyway, I think it was really fun to make. You stuff the acorn part. The top is just a little cap that you fit down upon, you stretch and fit down onto the acorn, and it does hold quite snugly. So anyway, I think it's a really cute little pattern. Okay. So on to the trivia questions, answers from yesterday's questions. Number 1 was, who was the first cast member to be nominated for an Emmy Award for their work on the show Designing Women? Was it A. Delta Burke, B. Dixie Carter, C. Meshach Taylor, or D. Alice Ghostley? And the answer for that was C. Meshach Taylor. In total, the show received 18 Emmy nominations, but only 3 members of the cast were ever nominated. Taylor was the first one, followed by Burke and Ghostley. Okay. Next question was, how many seasons did the comedy The Facts of Life air? Was it A, 6, B, 7, C, 8, or D, 9? And the answer to that one was D, 9. The Facts of Life premiered in 1979 and it ran until 1988. Okay? And the third question from yesterday was, which popular 80s actress was a member of the original cast in the first season of The Facts of Life? Was it A. Molly Ringwald, B. Ali Sheedy, C. Leah Thompson, or D. Elizabeth Shue? And the answer to that one was A. Molly Ringwald. In the first season, there were 7 main girls in the cast, but the producers decided to retool the show for the second season. They pared down the cast to 4 girls, and Ringwald didn't make the cut. Okay. So, questions for today. Number 1 is, before the show was produced, what was the working title for Dynasty? Was it A, Denver, B, The Carringtons, C, Oil, or D, Wealth? Okay. Next question. Number 2, who plays the patriarch of the Growing Pains family, Jason Seaver? Was it A, Alan Thicke, B, Michael Gross, C, Ted Danson, or D, Ted Wass? Okay. And number 3, which star was the youngest cast member on The Golden Girls? Was it A, Rue McClanahan, B, Betty White, C, Estelle Getty, or D, B, Arthur? Okay, so that's the trivia questions for today. Come back tomorrow for the answers. Okay, let me get a drink of my coffee here. I'm using my mug that Tammy of Stitch House Creations sent me. It says fabulous. Okay. Thank you so much for all those that have sent in questions for me. I appreciate it, and I'm enjoying answering them. Okay, so keep those questions coming. Okay, so Irene asked me, she says, I was wondering when working on Graphgans, which do you prefer, the C to C method or single crochet? Those are the only ones I know. If there are more styles, could you let me know? Okay, so I did answer this before, sort of, because somebody had asked me which did I prefer, and I said that I pretty much preferred the corner to corner, depending on if the size of the graph needed to be enlarged that big. If it's a real big graph with lots of squares across, then sometimes doing the corner to corner makes it ginormous, a lot bigger than you want it to be. So sometimes you have to change and do a different method. So, okay, so these are the methods I know of. There is corner to corner method, okay, and I do have tutorials for all of these methods except for one that I'm going to talk about, and so I will link them in the description box below, okay? Okay, so the first is C to C method, corner to corner, okay, and then there is a mini C to C method, and it's basically the corner to corner method, except it's using smaller stitches and a few less chains. For example, the Christmas blanket project that I did last year with the Christmas squares, I knew that the squares were going to be super big and larger than I wanted to if I would have done it with the standard corner to corner method, and so I ended up doing the mini corner to corner method, and it made it smaller, a little more manageable as far as couch or sofa size, although it is still pretty big. Okay, so there's C to C method, mini C to C method. There is the block stitch method, and like I said, I do have a tutorial for that, so I will link that below. Now the block stitch method, I'm actually just started one today using this block stitch method, and so you will be seeing that in my regular episodes. You can see my progress on it when I get further along with it. Okay, so the block stitch, and then of course there is the classic single crochet horizontal where you follow it back and forth on the chart, and of course you could also do that in half double crochet, and it's the same type method. The deer blanket that I've been working on is the half double crochet, following it horizontally, okay? Okay, so there's also a Tunisian method of Graphgan, and I did do one for that also. That was the blanket, the piece that I did that was the big flower hanging piece that used to be up there when it was summer. I did that, and so I have a tutorial for that one. And then there's one more method I've seen Graphgans done in, and that is the bobble stitch method, and I have not done a tutorial on that one, and I haven't done that one. So, anyway, so those are the methods of Graphgan production, creation, that I have sort of familiar with or have known about. So, okay. Next question. Sarah asked me, did you play video games with your son? And if so, what is your favorite? Okay, so I did play video games back when we had a Super Nintendo system, and so it's not so technical to use. And our favorites were any of the Mario games, Mario 3, Mario 2. I had Mario All-Stars, which had number 1, number 2, number 3 all together. Any of the Marios. Also, we really enjoyed the Donkey Kong series, like Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong 3. So yes, those were some of my favorites, and also of course Tetris. Anything fitting puzzle pieces together, I enjoyed doing that. And then later, when we got into more advanced systems like the Nintendo 64, then that was Donkey Kong 64. I really liked that one. And Mario 64, games like that, you know. The last games that I really played much with my older son and younger son is the Lego, the little Lego character games that they came out that was based on like the Star Wars and the Indiana Jones movies. I really enjoyed those as well. But I don't play much video games anymore. They're all getting too technical or too much fighting and stuff. I don't care for that. So anyway, okay, so Michelle asked me, have you ever considered selling making and selling project bags, since they're popular right now? I've thought about it, but really right now, since I am still homeschooling and I still have the responsibilities for that, I don't feel like that it's a good time for me to do that also besides my crocheting and making videos. So maybe next year I might expand that and maybe do that, make bags and sell them. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I do enjoy making bags, so. But thank you for saying that you liked my bag that I had made. Okay. One last question. Cheryl was asking me if I had a plan for all the little Ammies that I've been making. Well, some of them I've made into zipper pulls, the little small ones, and then some I was going to use for backpack buddies. I have quite a few great nieces and nephews that I can give as little gifts or stocking stuffers for. I think they'll be cute attached to project bags and things. I've gifted some of them the acorn that I just made. I thought would be cute, like on a wreath or in a cornucopia, that sort of thing. So different uses for them based on what they are. Okay. So thanks again for the questions, guys, and thanks for coming by for a visit on this Vlogtober Day 18, and stay tuned, come back for tomorrow for Vlogtober 19. See you later, guys. Bye.